This is Rogers TV.
Interest payments were going up, creditors were calling. I finally realized I needed help. The people at Janes & Nosworthy really took care of me, and I'm glad I chose a local solution. I felt like they understood me better. Getting help with my debt has given me the energy, the headspace, and the time to make my dreams come true. A chance to start again with knowledge, support, and people in your corner. Are you looking for that kind of help? It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnosworthy.ca.
And he fell. Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
Good evening, everybody in TV land. How are you doing? It's your boy DC, and this is Out of the Fog. We're a local matters bop that goes right across the province, talking about all the cool stuff that's going on. Tonight is a music-themed episode. We got three-time MusicNL Award nominee and general up-and-comer across the country, Justin Fancy, rolling through. He's going to perform two songs. Talk about everything happening with him. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. Grammy performances, you can't even deal with it. And then it's Rhonda Tulk-Lane, the executive director of MusicNL, with Music Celebration Month upcoming, the big week that we all can't wait for, the big award show and everything happening. It's Out of the Fog. And we're gonna lay it all on the line for you right after this break.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
In this house, there is no future. The past and the present are the same thing.
Diana, they can't change. You have to change. You have to be able to do things you hate.
You hate?
There has to be two of you. There's the real one and the one they take pictures of. For the good of the country.
It's the country.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Out of the Fog. This boy is nominated for 3 MusicNL Awards. We're going to hang out with him after the fact, but right now, this is Beauty Queen by Justin Fancy.
I'm running out of one-way track. I ain't got that looks for granted. I've been so bloody lost, just feeling like a stranded. Since you're gone, I ain't ever looking back. Kinda makes me wonder. I ain't losing no more sleep. Ain't ever gonna suffer. You don't know what you did to me. Lying there in your pretty blue jeans, living life like a stranger. You were telling lies like a drunken sailor. I don't know what you did behind me. I ain't ever gonna let you see what you did to me. 'Cause I'm a better man, my beauty queen. I'll see you in a picture frame. Saw us live on this crazy dream that we'd grow up and have a family, living it up just like the Stanley. What the world do I got to lose? If it's you, I ain't got to choose. Today's my day. Moving on to better days. You don't know what you did to me. Lying there in your pretty blue jeans, living life like a stranger. You were telling lies like a drunken sailor. I don't know what you did behind me. I ain't ever gonna let you see what you did to me. 'Cause I'm a better man, my beauty queen. Whoa, I ain't ever gonna let you see no more. Whoa, whoa. You don't know what you did to me. Lying there in your pretty blue jeans, living life like a stranger. You were telling lies like a drunken sailor. I don't know what you did behind me. I ain't ever gonna let you see what you did to me. 'Cause I'm a better man, I'm a better man, my beauty queen. You don't know what you did to me. Lying there in pretty blue jeans, living life like a stranger. You were telling lies like a drunken sailor. I don't know what you did behind me. I ain't ever gonna let you see what you did to me. 'Cause I'm a better man, I'm a better man, my beauty queen. Yeah, my beauty queen. I ain't never gonna let you see what you're doing to me, what you're doing to me, what you're doing to me, my beauty queen. Whoa.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media. It all started when I racked up some serious debt. Interest payments were going up, creditors were calling. Janes and Noseworthy came up with a plan. Knowing that the phone was going to stop ringing and that I was not in this alone was a huge relief. Bankruptcy or a consumer proposal or whatever help you get is not the end. It's just the beginning. A chance to start again with knowledge and support and people in your corner. Are you ready? Get out of debt. It's okay.
Learn more about Leah's story at janesnoseworthy.ca.
We've just been through a difficult time. For many, it's been a struggle, but it has also brought us together, and we can't stop now. It's time to step up and say, this is my community. This, right here, is what matters. It's time to help your neighbors who need it most, like veterans, seniors, and youth. It's time to rebuild. When you join the Legion, you directly support essential programs and initiatives right in your community.
Welcome back, everybody. How are you doing? Can't wait to be sitting down with this guy. The last time we hung out was over the Zoom era that we're trying not to look back on, and now here we are in the studio. Justin Fancy, what are you at?
Not too much, but it's I must say, I'm really glad to be here.
That's the other man. I'm happy for you. What's on your hat?
What is on my hat?
What's up with the hat?
It's a little anchor, and it looks like an East Coast kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fell in love with the hat. Fell in love with the company, Ilbury and Goose, in London, Ontario, which happens to be a place where I'll be performing hopefully next week when I fly up to CCMAs. So.
Now listen, sitting on the couch here, hanging out, a couple of years ago, probably thinking about doing country music and you know, taking it out of the shed like so many of us do. And now you're going up to the CMAs. That's the Country Music Awards for you guys watching at home. Is it surreal?
It is pretty surreal. And you know what? It's been obviously a long time coming, no pun intended there. But yeah, I mean, you know, a number of years watching these shows, anytime, you know, I turned on the Canadian Country Music Awards, it's just, you know, I was kind of wishing I was there every time. And as a young person and whatever else, it's just, it's a dream come true for me. Not nominated for any awards this year, but I just want to go and experience it and you know, meet a lot of people that I have over Zoom meetings. I really want to meet these people in person, for sure.
And speaking of Zoom, I mean, it's interesting, right? Like in the music industry, oftentimes we have to leave the island to go up along and make the connections and get into the studios and really politic our sound.
Yeah.
But Zoom actually was a good thing for you.
It absolutely was, and you know, I'm fortunate enough to be working in the technology realm of things for a day job, and you know, seeing these things come to light, the technology getting used when, you know, for years trying to implement this stuff in other businesses, whatever else. It was, you know, it was kind of cool to watch it all unfold. I think that the music industry, as well as the world, was very, very unknown when all of this thing hit. We didn't really know where we were going, but we adjusted and we adapted like humans do.
Sure.
And I had mentioned to you off the air there that you know, the connections with radio. You know, you're usually doing a radio tour, you're doing a concert tour, and you stop into a radio station, say hello to someone, and you know, promote your new music or whatever else. We've done this completely over technology, over Zoom meetings, over recordings sent up to the radio stations to you know, to advertise your brand and whatever else. It's cool because we live on a rock and we need to either fly or get a boat out. So you know, it's pretty complicated for us Newfoundlanders, right?
No doubt.
So just to have that, I guess, ability to do that in the middle of a pandemic, it's what's, you know, what's kept me going forward, really, right?
Well, you say we, and it's nice that you do, because it's never just you, is it?
It is never, ever just me, so don't let that fool you.
You're a man in front, but behind you are many believers who are working hard and loving you.
Yeah.
Does it take a village?
It takes a small village at this point. It will, if it escalates, which I'm hoping it will, it will take a small army. I have a very small team right now that is absolutely passionate in what I'm doing. They believe in me, and we work very, very well together. And it's the same team that I started with. You talk about the video production crew, Center City Media Production, Sam Pico, no stranger to this show, and that's from the outside looking in. On the inside, I have people like publicists that are, kind of pitching me to shows like this, and CBC and TV and all the Canadian shows, all of these shows and newspapers and blogs and online things. I mean, if I had to attempt to try and keep track of all of that, I would never be able to do it.
Well, you got to focus on the music.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Which, it's hard to do because sometimes a lot of artists, friends of ours, they end up in a situation where it's like, well, I spent so much time on the business, and you forget you got to disattach and keep in the groove of creativity. So I got to ask you, where does your songwriting passion and ability, where does it come from, man?
It was derived from a bad breakup. This album was anyway. I've written a lot of songs over the years.
Sure.
I'm a guy who writes a lot on experience and heartfelt moments, whatever else. I believe that's what I guess the basis of a country song is. And I grew up listening to heartbreak songs, George Jones and Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, all of these. I fell in love with that music because it connected with me. I wasn't necessarily drinking when I was 13 or 14 years old and dying with a hangover and all this kind of stuff, right? But I could relate to the music. It was, it was heartfelt, heartbreaking kind of stuff. I had a good buddy of mine tell me one time that you'll never write a good song, a hit song, until you experience heartbreak. Either on either side of the perspective, I guess, either heartbreak or real love. I unfortunately went through, well, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever way you want to, whatever way you want to take it. I went through a bit of heartbreak, and I wrote an entire album on it.
Wow.
I started out and I said, I want a song that's gonna kind of tell my story first. And of course, that being my first song, long time coming. So it was about, gigging in bars and pubs for 10 years and kind of coming back and saying, hey, I'm Justin Fancy, I'm a Canadian country artist, right? So transforming my brand, transforming who I was. So, all of that was going on. I didn't have anybody at that point. It was just me and my dream. So as that escalated and the song started getting half decent and I was working with my producer, I started asking questions, a lot of questions about the industry. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? How do I do this? How do I get on a blog in Toronto? How does someone pick me up here or whatever? So I started asking all those questions, obviously involved with all the organizations here in Newfoundland, MusicNL, ArtsNL, and all that stuff, and they've been extremely helpful.
It's awesome.
So I mean, from a songwriting perspective, I think, I never ever did just sit down and say, I'm going to write a song now. It just kind of spurts out of me. So
I guess and a lot of the best songs come from that lived experience,
It absolutely does. I mean, I've written songs that I would never release now. Now knowing that, years ago I thought they were the best thing. I mean, it's going to be on the radio. And these are all on the back burners. And, you never know. One of these days I might rewrite it or redo something with it. But, after that experience, I really kind of found myself and my songwriting, my ability to actually passionately perform, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're zooming through the time. I want to hit a couple of points that I think everyone here watching at home needs to know about. We're talking about nominations. Talk to me about this and how it feels.
Yeah, so again, 3 MusicNL nominations. MusicNL has been so supportive of me since the beginning. I can't say enough about those people, and obviously my fans, and I'm nominated for a Fans' Choice Award this year, so that's, it's pretty special stuff. When I had to get a crew together to start voting for me and all this kind of stuff, and they were so supportive. It's just, I mean, this last 2 years to me has been obviously a big transformation for me, a discovery phase for me for sure, and I think, all we need to do now as a team and, moving forward, we just need to be able to escalate what we are trying to prove here,
Well, man, you're proving it every day, and people are loving it. You're becoming so well known so quick. We're in our final 10 seconds, but I got to ask you, Grammy performance?
Yeah, man.
What are we talking about here?
Really, really, really surreal. It was something that I'll never forget.
Well, I can't wait to have everyone check you out. How can they find you online?
JustinFancyMusic.ca.
And follow him on the gram too, guys, would you? Give him a follow. He'll keep you entertained, that's for sure. Justin, thanks so much.
Very welcome. Buddy.
Another song by Justin we're going to hear again later on in the show. Until then, this is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back after this break.
Comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us or send us your feedback through social media.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and we were just hanging out with Justin Fancy, so amazing. But now we're going to throw it right to the mothership. It is the organization that exists for instrumental connections, MusicNL, and I'm joined by the executive director of this whole thing, Rhonda Tulk-Lane. What are you at?
Here.
You're here.
I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
You are right here, and you're right where you're supposed to be. And over a year at the helm of our historic MusicNL organization, how are you feeling?
Really good.
Yeah?
I couldn't believe when I sat here and we just said, it's been just a little over a year from the last time we chatted. It feels, some ways it feels like decades, and we've done so much.
Yeah.
In other ways, it's still so brand new.
So amazing. Cool. And how lucky are we in our day-to-day lives to feel that energy and that excitement about what's to come?
There's so much. There's so much coming.
Well, there's so much that you've done. And I will just remind all the viewers at home that working so deeply in business organizations where it's all about value and community and growth, and for you to bring that amazing history of success and love that so many folks have for you into this role, are you proud of what's happened so far?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I've really watched the value proposition for our members just continue to grow and enhance. And we're seeing that because the membership continues to grow and grow and grow. I think, Donnie, when I sat here last time, we were probably hovering at about 250 members because we had done, some cleanup and we were focused on them. I'm proud to say today we're well on our way to 650.
That's epic.
Yeah, it truly is.
And every member is getting value. The communication that comes out of MusicNL via all the social channels and your newsletter and the website. I mean, it's everything that an organization aspires for and everything that local musicians across the province deserve and need. And so I had to bring you to evolution because there's so much to talk about here in our hang today. Let's pull the lid off the first topic. Music Celebration Month. Going amazing. We're seeing it everywhere we turn. What do you hope that folks that see Music Celebration Month being advertised, what do you want them to feel invited to?
Well, as you said, we launched November as Music Celebration Month in partnership with the province, with Minister Crocker, and just having them recognize it. Now, this was something that happened many, many years ago, and we kind of dusted it off.
Yeah, tell me about that.
It was. So I found in behind a filing cabinet an old proclamation from 1998 that said, from here on in November, it was actually November, a certain date was Music Celebration Week. And then, of course, things changed and the world went upside down. And we got to thinking and we said, why don't we deem November Music Celebration Month? Because there's so much to do and we have a huge province with a huge sector that we'd celebrate the whole month and then, of course, end it all off in the amazing week that we're getting very close to. So it's exciting.
Well, let's talk about what's happening during the week itself, because you're right, we are just turning into it, and it's the climax time. So what can folks expect out of this week?
There's so much. So let's just start off. So because we represent the entire province, there's going to be a hybrid model of a lot of things online and then some things in person, because we are so excited to be back in person, having our artists perform live. We can't wait. Everyone is so excited. So we're kicking off actually the week in Corner Brook with Minister Jerry Byrne launching a brand new program to connect those in the music sector. So newcomers, new grads, musicians, sound recording artists, managers, anyone in the sector that needs to get connected with someone to talk about trends and know where they're going.
Love that.
We're going to launch that on Monday, the 29th.
Wow.
Which is exciting.
Very cool.
Yeah. That evening then we have a session online so you can tune in from anywhere with Factor. Now some of your audience will know Factor quite well. Factor holds the pot of money.
They just do.
They hold it. So any artist that's looking to get money for recording, to travel, you want to tune in to learn about what Factor has to offer you and how do you get engaged with Factor.
Amazing. So important, so critical. And a lot of us musicians can be overwhelmed and intimidated. But no, we can just sit there and lean in online and learn everything and just take it all in.
Exactly, and as I said, it's Factor 101. So it's your basics. So if you've never even heard of Factor or you're an old pro and you've gotten money from Factor, you'll want to join us to meet some of the Factor staff and just get to know the process of how you can get money to further your career.
I love it.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then on Tuesday, we've got another really cool online session, again, for anyone across the province to join us around sync. And, you know, getting your tunes synced up with some really cool stuff.
That's
Perhaps
huge.
Netflix commercials.
We want it.
BMW.
Please.
Yeah.
Bring me there.
So we're going to be talking about sync on Tuesday.
That is so important because, you know, as you say, getting your songs into the soundtracks and the movies and the commercials, that's how do you even do that? And you're letting us know.
Exactly, and we're actually going to do a live demo. So our presenter Justin Gray is actually going to write a song and then upload it to the platform to show people hands-on how do you do this and how does the platform work. The other important thing about doing this is creating another revenue stream for artists. So you're out, you're working, you're doing your gigs. You're going to need to create different types of revenue streams.
So true.
This is another way. So we're sprinkling, you know, business learnings throughout the week.
Sick.
Then Wednesday, we kick off with our very first showcase downtown at the Rock House.
Oh yeah,
which is exciting.
So much.
Hosted by Greg Smith.
Awesome, love him.
And then Thursday night, another amazing showcase, and that will be hosted by Rachel Gilbert. And then Friday night, we have an amazing concert taking place at the George Street United Church called Concert on George. And that's going to be something special for everyone just to come out and enjoy a beautiful evening of music at George Street United Church. Then the big night on Saturday night, our award show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is the Big Daddy.
Yeah, the Big
This is
Daddy.
the one that we love. And of course, COVID life. But now here we are.
Exactly.
So what are we getting? Who's hosting it? What's on the go?
Cool. So our award show is taking place on Saturday, December 4th. Tickets go on sale this Saturday at 12 noon.
Okay.
Hosted by Matt Wright. So Matt is a
one and
Juno
only.
nominee this year.
He is.
So he'll be hosting our show.
So good.
And I'm not going to get into it. You can
No,
get.
there's too many.
There's too many amazing.
much.
I would say seasoned and a lot of newcomer musicians breaking into the scene, which is always good to see.
So great.
But you want to check that out at MusicNL.ca.
We do.
And then that's Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we clue it all up, of course, with our very exciting annual general meeting, where we'll be saying goodbye to some board members and bringing on some new board members.
Listen, the board members, let's have a moment to thank
do that.
the tireless efforts of the board who has helped the organization evolve so much to where it is today, which is an
Absolutely.
incredible place to be. So thank you on behalf of myself and every musician in the province, MusicNL. So I'll tell you what, we're in the final moment here. We can't even believe it. How can folks access tickets, awareness, information? Give us all the social channels and the means. Give us it all.
Everything, it's pretty simple. MusicNL.ca. And you can't miss it. As soon as you go to the website, you're going to find every single detail about Music Celebration Week.
I love these hangs. We will continue more of these. And thank you so much for everything that you're doing for all of us musicians and recording industry professionals. One more note before we go. The MusicNL app coming out. We can't wait. It's a mental health app. Stay tuned. More information. It'll be out on social media. It's going to be fantastic. Mindful Musician is what we're calling it, and more information to come. You can see all of it on musicnl.ca. Thank you so much, Rhonda.
Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be right back after the break with one more song from our boy, Justin Fancy, a 3-time nominee at this year's awards. It's Out of the Fog, right back after this break.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
Well, guys, what can I say? It was a wicked old show. Rhonda Tulk-Lane, you're the queen. Justin, you're the king. MusicNL show coming through. I want you guys to tune in. The Mindful Musician is an app that's all about mental health, mindful moments to help all of our music industry professionals and folks who love them do their day. Final song of the night, Make Me Wanna, Justin Fancy. Tune in next time. This is Out of the Fog.
Sitting out on the back porch thinking, I ain't never gonna live like this. Getting over this empty feeling is like trying to ride ahead. My friends, they say that I'll never get over you. If all I knew is thinking about you. The way that she walks, the way that you move, every single thing you do, that makes me love you. There's a way that she talks, little something that you do, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you. I think about Friday nights when it was only you and me. We'd sit and stare for hours, you lying next to me. My friends, they say that I'll never get over you. If all I knew it is thinking about you. The way that she walks, the way that you move, every single thing you do, that makes me love you. There's a way that she talks, little something that you do, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you. I don't wanna think about you, don't wanna see you smile, wish I could just forget you. Yes, it'll be a while. My friends, they say that I'll never get over you. If all I knew it is thinking about you. The way that she walks, the way that you move, every single thing you do, that makes me love you. There's a way that she talks, little something that you do, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love, makes me wanna love you. Yeah, there's a way that she talks, little something that you do, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you, makes me wanna love you. Yeah, makes me wanna love you.
If you have a comment about this